is war and it's on tonight, so get up and fight, get up and fight. You've had all your life to run and hide. Step up, now step up, let's do this. Fight, 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 fight.
Michael?
In case you're wondering, that's Jexy Black. Oh, great, and it appears she has something to say. So with that, it appears we are off and running at blood, sweat, and tears. Back in the corner for Ice T, and here's Will to throw.
What'd you say? You said what? You know what? I'm feeling pretty good tonight. How about you, Lima?
Crowd's feeling good too.
Alright, so listen up. This is what we gonna do then. You got your boy in the ring right now, right? I'm standing right here, right now. So how about we pick up where we left off last month? We get this party started right here, right now. What y'all say?
Well, it would appear, Bryce, that Saturday night is indeed all right for fighting in Lima, Ohio, and Will ready to take on the Wicked and the representative of Jheras Gray.
Seems so. Referee George comes out here. Match is underway. Folks, I guess now's as best a time as any to do our proper introduction. Welcome to Blood, Sweat, and Tears, our big October event here at War Wrestling. My name is Bryce C., joined as always by Michael McCormick. Michael, this is quite the start we're off to.
Hot and heavy. Oh, what a great move for Will early on. You know, you look at it at Jheras Gray. Obviously, the Gray Wolves both out here, Jexy out here, and that's not a good look for Will. But right now, being able to put down Jheras, that might be it. Quick, one.
Only a one count. The one half of the newfound Gray Wolves, newest tag team formed under the Wicked. So far, he's taking it to, he's keeping a hold of Will. Now Jexy up on the apron.
Will already thinking Dudley cutter, but early on again in a 1-on-3 disadvantage. And ow! See how his lungs are doing. He, of course, beat Alex Lynch already coming back in April. A long term with these guys and just the numbers.
Yeah, Will the Thrill has had quite the long history throughout 2025 with the Wicked.
Cannonball.
Oh, cannonball.
Somewhere Big Tom Callahan is smiling. 1, 2, and Gray not able to hold off Will.
Jheras does not look happy that that wasn't it, but I think I just saw him lick his lips there like he was ready to fight.
If he's hungry, Will's giving him a steady diet of right hands.
Will now off the ropes. Caught by Jheras.
It's a beautiful move. Will drop dead center, 1, 2.
Bit of a cocky cover there. Didn't put any weight on the shoulders.
So Jheras now in charge and just a running forearm to the face. Not fancy, but effective.
Absolutely. Goes in for round 2. Oh, that was chopped right across the chest.
I think they might find the rest of Will somewhere in Elida. The pride of Bath High School probably wouldn't like that comment. Up and over, and Will now
said.
Again.
A good right and another.
Effective. Just punch a guy in the face, running as hard as you can.
I mean, hey, Gray started it first, to be fair.
Will in charge right now, and a beautiful step up. Like I said, he's not going to have the world's fanciest offense. Punch in the face, kick him in the face, and maybe hit the cutter that he's looking for now.
Oh, Jheras managed to throw him off.
Got him right back at Will. Now the third time, is it the charm? Yes! Right down, dropped him face first. That's got to be
That's got to be 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is. Oh, but of course, leaving to Alex Lynch to immediately jump on top of Thrill. The Lycan did not take kindly to have his tag partner beaten.
Apparently, he's turned into the werewolf. It is nighttime. Now, all the way up. What are they doing here? Oh, just brutal. Is there no one back there to help Will?
Seems so, and now
oh, no.
It's like Alex is trying to break Will's arm.
Where is security? Oh, there's security. Just a moment of resting himself. Appollo trying to save. Always ready to make the save when things aren't going right. So much history between all of those guys in this matchup, and even guys who are not in this matchup. I don't think that's the last we're going to see of this whole standoff.
Yeah, Appollo Starr now throwing out the verbal war over to the Wicked. Jheras looks like he's going insane over there in the guardrail. But there we see, raise with the hand of our victor, Will, the thrill of the night. Both members of Soul Thrillers looking here in victory. And folks, that was quite the way to start our event here tonight, but we got a whole lot more coming. You do not want to miss a single minute of it.
Rolling along here at Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Young lady we've seen before, but kind of not for a while. In this Sebastian Leshawn. Of course, Sebastian being kind of in and around the championship, right around the whole #1 contender that Paris was able to pick up before eventually dethroning Shawna, becoming champion, but impressive so far in the times here in War, and likely trying to be that tonight and walk away with that big belt.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, folks, as you might remember last time when we saw Sebastian Desong, she was referring to herself as Madam President. Seems she's undergone a bit of a change, a new attitude here. Still keeping that attitude of being the baddest here in the state of Ohio. Looking to add some more gold around her waist.
Speaking of, a little bit of a different change of attitude. The War Wrestling Women's Champion. But it is fascinating. You think back to the first couple of times that we saw Paris in the last 2 years. Kind of that sweet sort of nuanced, new personality, getting into wrestling, being trained by Brandon Day at the Unchained Wrestling Academy to building that confidence, dare I say a little bit of cockiness, getting better and better, eventually being able to dethrone a 2-time champion in Shawna Reed, and now you can kind of see her build that every time out.
Absolutely. She still has that little bit of kookiness about her that the fans really like. but she has definitely grown more confident in herself as time has gone on. And now, look at this, Sebastian even giving her a bit of an applause. Frankly, I'm surprised.
I don't think she means it. Oh,
well,
you know how
okay.
you take that away? Just punch your opponent in the face.
Yeah, you know.
But Paris McQueen, last month, the Don't Trust Anyone, beating Chelsea Ray in a title match. Chelsea, who says, Mommy will always be in control, just kind of wasn't in that matchup. And again, I go back to about Paris, about her maturation, and she gets a big arm drag there, of being able to kind of control and dictate situations that maybe she wouldn't have 6 months ago.
Yeah, those 2 matches she had with Chelsea have definitely seemed to have given her some valuable lessons. Now she runs off the ropes. McQueen, back senton there, cover 1, only a 2 count.
Sharp kick out too. I would be curious to see kind of how that, if that offense continues, that brutalization about later on, if that kick out is that easy for Sebastian. Now with another full out of steam. Paris was swinging a miss. Sebastian tried to change the eye line.
Coming in hot there.
You're an opponent in the corner. No good can come of this.
Oh, absolutely not. And especially when you have really powerful legs like Sebastian has. Getting a boot just stamped into your chest is never good.
Sebastian just 4 years in the business, but already learning quite a bit. The 2-time Baddies champion. That's not a title they just give you, by the way. You
Absolutely.
really have to be, as she says, well, she said a bad B. Now she says a bad W.
Yeah, Sebastian's been in all sorts of wars with many very powerful opponents and a very stiff leg drop there. I don't know if I've ever seen someone do a variation of leg drop like that.
Just a snap on it. Now just trying to turn in front of the camera and just with a crossface, nowhere for the champion to go, dead center of the ring.
Paris clawing her way towards the rope, trying her best. Sebastian not able to stop her from getting there.
Such a smart move for the War Wrestling Women's Champion. Be able to dislodge that left arm and then kind of be able to swim yourself to the ropes. Now, though, you got to wonder, what's the, oh, man.
Gigantic double clothesline there. Both women knocked out cold.
What's the energy like, though, for the champion having been nearly choked out? It's got to be a little bit of a hiccup there.
That's what it's looking like, but whether it be just pure instinct or she's still fully conscious with us, she's managed to do an effective offense, that's for sure.
A hip attack in the corner. Most impressive part about that, the combination. Triple leg on the first one and then hit 2, and a little bit of Saturday night celebration, I guess, in Lima.
Now we see cracking Sebastian down, goes for the cover. Is this going to be it? Yes, it is.
I think Sebastian's on a trip to the chiropractor. Meanwhile, War Wrestling Women's Champion Paris McQueen continues to roll along, and we've got another big women's match later on involving a couple of her challengers, but you start off hot like that in the first 2 matches, it is going to be a huge night here at Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Absolutely, folks. We also have some huge title matches coming your way later tonight, so stay with us here. You don't want to miss a single one of them.
Match number 3, and look at this young man. The Perminator in the building, and he and I had a nice conversation about Major League Baseball earlier. We're kind of on different sides of things, but you know, I tell you what, that's a very passionate young man, and not only that, girls, you know, they're for the girls, and they're on point tonight.
Yeah, you can definitely say they are. Sam Beale, Sam Be-All, End-All, the Perminator himself, here to show Lima once again. Oh my gosh, he has double shades on.
He has 2 pairs.
That's more pairs than Ryan Michaels have ever worn.
I don't think he's going to endear himself, though, to the fans with that Michigan jersey on.
No, absolutely not.
Of course, then again, there were some old Wrestling Hall of Famers who tried it. Fans ended up accepting them, and Nate Manson ended up being one of their favorites.
Very true.
So at this point, what do you know? But a massive opportunity for Sam. He's been here a handful of times. He's really been able to show what he can do, but tonight, he's gonna get a big challenge. Joey Jett Avalon, his first time here. I've seen a lot of highlights of this guy. He can flat out go. And this is gonna be one that Sam likes to come in, likes to look pretty, drink some beers on the way, but this is going to be, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth all night long. If that doesn't work, I'm going to kick you in the face.
Whatever you gotta do to get the result you desire. Crowd here seems to immediately be taking to Joey Jett Avalon, that's for sure.
Joey called himself the worst case scenario. That's exactly what you have if you're in the ring with him. Look at the other side. Very accomplished tag team wrestler, kid out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Well, we know how Wisconsin and Michigan play together. Not very well.
Not in the slightest. And that's coming from people from Ohio.
So Beale, we've learned in his times here at War, of course he's been on TV, quite a few. Made a long time in Impact Wrestling, learned under Brian Myers. Recently teamed with Brian Myers and kind of still under that learning tree. And he's a very bright young man. And he's really been able to hone himself a piece of, he's a piece of work, that's kind of where I'm going. But you look at that young man and you get the Jett on the other side.
It's funny that you bring up TNA there, because Joey Jett Avalon over here, actually former tag team champions alongside former TNA world champion Joe Hendry. He's not here.
You said his name, but he did not appear.
I should be more careful about that.
I think it's like Beetlejuice, you get one. Sam Beale apparently is thinking more about popping some Nickelback and rocking along and not exactly about getting in the ring and maybe getting into a fight with a very large individual. He's picking on kids.
Oh, there's one thing we've known about Beale every time he's been here. He loves his grandstanding. Oh, no!
There's a chant in pro wrestling about maybe Joey Jett, but I don't want to be the guy to do it, and I don't think Sam is going to have as much hair as he came in with.
Maybe Joey's just jealous that he has hair.
I think there's an old adage: you don't spin into the wind, you don't pull Sam Beale's hair. I think that's how that goes. At least that's what he told me backstage.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that one when I was a kid.
A smart move. Nothing else. Sammy feeling himself right now. You learn from guys like CK3, who's been here a long time. Crimson, of course, and Trey Miguel. Sam's got a good start, but right now he's apparently in an endurance match.
Joey climbing back in the ring, sends Sam Beale over. Knocked down with a gigantic shoulder block.
Wham! Now the match sort of turning a little bit with Sam trying to figure out where he's at. A little rope-a-dope, and Joey, massive clothesline.
I totally understand why Joey calls himself Jett, because this man's flying all over the place here.
15-year veteran out of Green Bay, 6'3", 257, said he traveled 30,000 miles last year wrestling. Right now, he just paintbrushed Sam Beale. Sam looking out the front door, and he got hit in the back door.
Well, I can't say it's not deserved, admittedly.
Joey's definitely feeling himself in control right now. Sam remember a couple of minutes ago when Sam was feeling pretty good about himself, talking to the kids in the front row?
Yeah, I'm almost sitting here wondering if this is the type of match that Sam was expecting to have right now. But hey, grabbed onto the singlet, throwing Joey to the outside. Oh, right into the post there. That is pure iron steel. That is
definitely one way to put yourself back into the match. So now Sam's just saying, just go count him.
It's entirely possible that Sam could win this right here, right now.
So get counted out. Work smarter, not harder. Able to get back in there near the end of the count, though, is the Jett.
See, one thing we've mentioned before is that while Sam is very much a powerhouse, he's also very wily. He's very full of himself and his tactics.
Clearly.
He's getting into the mind games of both the crowd and his opponent there. He knows when to take his shots, and that's a very important skill that you don't really learn.
Oh, come on.
So maybe hitting the floss is not what I would call taking your shot.
Pretty sure he just said he's the best dancer in this town.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to argue that.
I mean, I probably would have said Slick Rick because he's in town tonight.
You know, this ain't the 80s anymore.
Sam back in control, trying to make sure that it stays that way. Big challenge for Sam to really kind of prove, hey, I've been here. I'm more veteran than what you are. I earned my spot. You're not taking my spot against a, wow, beautiful suplex. Maybe looking for 3 of them?
Well, we're going 2, so methinks you are correct.
There's 2 of 3, and now feels like Sam just kind of momentarily controlling this game and controlling this match. Oh, but he paid for it. Oh.
That's what you get for trying to take a drink there for a second. But, oh!
And a monster throw by Beale. 1, 2.
Not enough here tonight.
Referee told him, you didn't get 3.
You can definitely see, though, that it did quite a lot of damage to Joey. He was struggling to get up. It took Beale having to pick him up himself for it to work.
Sam with a beautiful combination. But again, how much time does he take? Oh, no. He says he's the best beer drinker on either side of the Mississippi.
Well, let's see if he's going to be able to go down some beers in the back after all. Not quite a victory yet.
Needs extra money. He should probably try to win the match. Less posturing. Croc rockin', Nickelback poppin', curls for all the girls. Sam Beale, the Perminator. And how about that? A beautiful cravat.
Yeah, he has Joey there center of the ring. Neither man is anywhere close to the ropes. But Joey now finding his way back up to his feet.
Not really sure how with the amount of offense that he's taken from Sam Beale recently. This though, you know, oh, jeez, fastball right across the plate. But this is kind of one of those matches you feel like, ooh, wow, right hand the other way. Feel like could be important in a chase for maybe the World Respect Championship.
Absolutely, which, folks, we will see that belt being contested here later tonight.
Oh. Good night, Sam. They'll find him somewhere in Comerica Field up in Detroit.
Avalon now coming in like a jet engine.
You hear the takeoff, he's cleared for it. The roll away, trying to find himself again. There's their 3 amigos right square to the face. Beale, swing and a miss.
Oh, there we see the fade out.
Good night.
That's gotta be it. 2.
Oh! And a massive kick out from Beale.
Even Joey's astounded by the fact that wasn't it.
Again, an impressive debut. The worst case scenario, nickname living up to everything that I've seen about this guy right now.
I think he's about to go for round 2, but oh no!
Beale with a roll up, 1, 2. He tried to take a page out of a book that is the road less traveled as Spinebuster.
1, 2.
Oh, again. I thought for sure
I am utterly flabbergasted.
Guys, you see, put guys away with that. Some guy named Arn Anderson, Sherman Tank,
Ryan
Man.
Michaels.
Just how is the Jett able to get to his feet? Sam up in the corner, goes top rope. Joey able to shove him off. Sam
Good
again.
Sweep of the legs, very effective.
Shoots him off the rope, dead center, and he ate the foot. Sam looks out. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
That
For
even
sure.
I thought that was 3 for a second there. That was millimeters away from the mat.
Sam was staring at the ceiling. Now the Jett, what's he got in mind? Thinking about high rent.
I think he's looking to live up to his moniker is what he's doing.
Just enough time, though, that Beale able to get back to his feet. There's the equalizer.
Beale now going up there himself. Very precarious position that no one ever likes to be in.
I don't know which guy this is worse for. Straight double chopped him to the throat.
Both men vying for position here, and Beale with the superplex.
The great roll through. Sam Beale, the tactician. Now with a roll up the other way. Jett, 1, 2. Super kick right upside your head. And the referee, oh, come on.
Beale was Barney distracted. The mule kick.
The Terminator trying to steal one. Oozing perfection and money, money, money. They 3 count in the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, the Terminator.
By hook or by crook, Sam Beale, just that quickly, uses that power, use those ring smarts. Like I said, you learn from guys like CK3 and Trey Miguel. You learned a couple of moves here and there.
Absolutely. The perm roller got the job done here tonight. And Lima, Ohio, welcome back one Sam Beale. Everyone, we still have so much more to come.
That seems like that was unnecessary.
Well, I guess Beale wanted to make sure he got one closing message. But folks, we'll be right back.
So the first of 2 tag team matches tonight here at What Fears, and a big return for the Hollywood Blondes. There you see Adam Swayze in the ring, and Big Rex on his way in. They were in the multi-man match, that 4-way tag team match to determine a flip of a tag team champions, where the Wicked lost the belt, Gimmicks Inc came away with it, and they've been saying on social media, give us your biggest, give us your baddest, we don't care. I think they're about to get it.
Absolutely. Here comes the Hall of Famers.
The very first War Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Dexter Dementia and Stan Lickage. And these guys have been fascinating since their return. It's kind of been a thing that they really kind of don't seem to care about anybody but themselves. They said, you know, we came in, we've been here 20 years. We'll go back, actually 22, because it kind of predates War Wrestling. We just had anniversary show number 22. But we've done it for the fans. But this one's personal. This one's for us.
Yeah, they have taken no prisoners. That is absolutely for sure. We've seen them cost Gimmicks Inc. the War Tag Team Championships. We've seen them get involved with the Wicked. Like if you're looking at in terms of the morality spectrum, they don't care. They're not on the left or the right or the center. They're off in their own world because they're just here to prove after 20 years that we're still the biggest, baddest mofos in this entire building, and there ever will be in this building.
You know, I got to be honest with you. If I'm Adam Swayze, I'm maybe thinking about giving Rex this opportunity because having stamp linkage across the mat for me, not the way I want to open my Saturday night.
Well, there's one thing I know about Adam Swayze is that he's probably one of the most prideful men I've ever met in my life, which is very hard to say in the world of professional wrestling, mind you. There's a lot of people like that. But right now, Linkage getting sent off and came back with an express delivery of a shoulder block.
You got a battle of a tag team. The Hollywood Blondes have been together since 2020. And these gentlemen, tonight I use that term loosely, in Delivery Inc. that have been together, like I said, over 20 years. They pretty much know what the other one is thinking, and now the first time to get some dementia, as in comes Dexter.
Oh! Yeah, come on, George. Start counting that. That's not cool.
He was smiling the whole time. Oh, and up and down. It was like a Hollywood motion picture, just kind of in slow motion.
Yeah, the box office Blondes must be getting some really low ratings right now as Swayze continues to be beaten down. Just about got his arm popped out of his socket.
You know, it's always impressed me, though, the way that the Hollywood Blondes were able to make their debut, kind of deeper on what I was talking about, that doorway. That being their debut, they got an immediate title shot because these guys have made noise. I mean, they've been tag team champions everywhere they've gone. You look at it, they just had a 6-man steel cage match down in Pikeville, Kentucky. They've been Southern Tag Team Champions for quite a while, the new South Wrestling Tag Team Champions. And these aren't guys to be taken lightly, but they're in the ring with the standard bearers of the War Wrestling Tag Teams division. That
they are. Swayze right now, very, very rare form being caught here as now Linkage climbing up the ropes.
Oh no, stamp way up top and down. You see it, other guys throw a fist, he throws a bulldog. That might be it for Mr. Swayze and a tag.
Here
to
comes
the
Rex Express.
Look, even Stamp took a step back. Big Rex.
FedEx ain't got nothing on this big man, that's for certain.
You know, I'm just trying to figure out, I've seen a lot about Hollywood Blondes hanging out with Carson Drake. I don't know that that's something I would want to publicize.
Well, look, no matter how you view Carson as a person, he's successful. Thereby, the Hollywood Blondes have also been successful, and they've been making money. So no matter how you look at it, they're at least locking away with some dollars.
Oh, and Stamp just has not been treated like this. Rex is a mountain of a man. You know, I was thinking about it, and there aren't very many guys in the history of War Wrestling who are as physically imposing as that young man.
We've seen a lot of guys come through these halls that are either as tall or as wide, but never quite both at the same time. Rex is quite the rare specimen.
Where's Stamp with a cross body?
Caught.
That did not go the way he planned. And down. Like a sack of potatoes, he just threw them away. Which I think may be the first time, because he's a big dude. Potatoes are a good source of protein.
Take two.
Said take two.
I think that means Rex is calling for the end here.
Stamp may be a puddle at the end of this.
You say that as though he's not already by now.
Now the tag, and here comes Swayze. I loved his Uncle Patrick in Ghost. The pottery scene gets me every time. Stamp just being choked
Swayze
out.
has no time for reminiscence right now, as he'd rather choke out. Lickage there on the middle rope. Oh, Rex.
He's being chased by a battleship.
Taking full opportunity to deliver a priority package right hand.
You know, and that's what fascinates me too about guys like Swayze, because it's pretty easy to be the sort of miserable human being that he is at times when you have an army of one standing behind you.
Absolutely, you got a point there. When you have someone like Rex with you, you don't need friends, you don't need enemies, you just need a monster.
Brutalization. It is almost Halloween. He's Frankenstein, Jason, Freddy, the Boogeyman, Michael Myers.
All wrapped in
he's
one.
all one guy. Stamp in the wrong corner though. West Hollywood on a Saturday night, not where you want to be. Just trying to fight his way back. This might be instinct more than anything.
Yeah, Stamp really needs to go make a tag here in a bad way.
Landed awkwardly on his knee. And again, the crowd just dead silent because they can't believe that the inaugural War Wrestling Tag Team Champions are just being manhandled.
Indeed, and here's the thing. I know no one likes to talk about this, but age is a very real thing in the world of wrestling. Your body doesn't take certain landings, doesn't take certain falls as well as they used to. Like when we saw that awkward landing right now, Stamp probably is going to be looking with a little bit of a limp for the rest of this match. His back is probably in a lot more pain than what someone of the age of Swayze would be right now after like what he took in the beginning. This is the time that the box office blondes really need to capitalize. If they want to win this, this is going to be their chance. And right now, it's going their way, absolutely.
He just ran him into a cinder block the size of a Buick. Rex, it's in an odd span though. Uh-oh, belly, belly, belly.
Drum roll, please, for the finale.
Ouch. I think Stamp might think this is 2000.
I thought that was going to be the closing shot for certain, but it seems we're still going.
Oh, and he missed.
Oh.
Stamp, again, I don't know that Stamp knew where he was. Because if he'd have been able to make that tag, Dexter's been over there for a long time. He's gone through 2 hit and misses, and it's not often that Rex misses the mark.
Whoa!
Beautiful springboard.
Stamp Lickage taking down the beast.
Look at Rex. He pretty much turtled him at this point. Just kind of stunned looking up, like, this doesn't happen to me, and there's the tag.
Here.
On both sides, Dexter, man, right down with the clothesline, and one for you, sir. Now where did Rex go? Because he rolled out of the ring, and his partner is in dire straits.
Now he's caught center.
Choke slam is part 1 of 2. And here comes the delivery on a Saturday night.
Dexter actually, wait, John Paul.
John Paul, of course, has his run-ins, and these guys cost him an opportunity to become or to remain tag team champions.
What? Hey, what's that little snot-nosed brat doing over there? What's he gonna try and pull here?
Yeah, I think that's Adam Swayze. Wait a minute. What is...
John Paul's...
What the...
What? Huh?
What in the hell is going on? Wait, John Paul just... He got Delivery Inc. disqualified.
What? And Dexter is not too happy about it.
And John Paul end scene. The Hollywood Blondes have got nothing on these guys. The new version of the box office Blondes just continue to amaze here in World Wrestling as they come up with a win. Albeit by disqualification, but that's not what they ask you at the pay window.
Well, hey, one thing I know for certain is they're going to be leaving home with a nice, hefty box office. That's for sure.
Big opening weekend.
Folks, while I am perhaps as baffled by the actions of John Paul as you may be, we don't really have time to question that. So we have some big action to come back at you with, so stay tuned.
So last month there was a four-way to determine one of the two possible #1 contenders to the World Wrestling Respect Championship. That match was won by a former World Wrestling Champion. His future is the winner of this four-way here this month. It'll be Alex Lynch, who you see for the second time. He has already been a part of this show in a beatdown of Will the Thrill after his partner Jheras lost to Will to open up this event. But this is talk about big opportunities all the time. Jexy said, "I'm getting back all of my titles." Thought it was interesting. She said the words "my titles," but it starts with the enforcer in the Lycan.
Well, there's one thing we know about Jexy Black and all of the Wicked. By hook or crook or beat down or brutality or bestiality, ignore that last one. They're going to do whatever they need. God. Sometimes I don't think exactly where I speak.
And cut. The second participant in this match has been here a handful of times. The King, the Lord, Mitchell Taylor.
We've seen the King before here at War Wrestling. He's every time he's made his appearance, he's always for sure going to leave a beatdown on every single one of his opponents. And always, of course, leave with giving a good impression of a pinkies up.
You know, he's one of those guys. He shows up and is just always looking for a fight. I ran into him in the back. He referred to me as a peasant and told me to go on my way. I didn't really appreciate it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had an interaction with one King Taylor that I've had him not call me a peasant. Frankly, him calling me peasant was usually better than what he usually says at Dirt Stain.
And he's very happy with himself. But there are some dudes in this matchup that can flat out go. And one of those young men on their way up now. Man, oh man, this dude, 6'4", 297. You see the fights that he's been in recently with those ribs taped up. It's the Bomb and Erik Surge, the until recently OVW United States champion at 157 days with that title before Big Zone took it from him last week. And you know, he's not been in the best mood. And when he's in a good mood, he's not in a good mood. So I can't imagine what he's like in a bad mood.
I mean, did you see what happened to the man? He was left in the ring coughing up blood. But, which begs the question, we've seen Erik Surge in all types of situations here at War throughout 2025. He is a powerful dude. He has taken every opponent he's crossed here in this ring and planted them in the ground. But he is coming in here with some severely injured ribs. Frankly, I'm not sure if he should be wrestling right now. I know I'm not a doctor. I know I don't have the call to say that. But that's going to be a big part of this match. And knowing the Wicked and knowing the King, they're going to take advantage of this.
This guy on the ring apron is a monster. The next guy through the curtain, you name it, he's done it at least once. Probably 2, 3, 4 times. He is the epitome of a bad dude. And a Poison Appollo Starr, just a wrecking ball. 22-year pro. Fans have always been behind him early on in the early days with the Soul Shooters. they've got to have his picture of the Rage Dojo pretty much everywhere because this is a guy that brings it every single night.
Yeah, Appollo Q Starr, a Hall of Famer here at War and other venues. Man that's seen it all, done it all, beat it all. He is here to try and earn his opportunity back at the title that he held for so long throughout 2024.
And Appollo looking to start out hot. Now, again, this is a four-way, one-fall match. The winner of this matchup advances to next month in a #1 contendership for the Respect title, but at some point, this was always going to break down.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. I don't blame Alex and Mitchell for getting out of the ring. If I saw someone like Appollo come in hot, I would too. But what I will say is the fact that Erik Surge, despite his condition, just letting Appollo come in and squaring up to him, that guy's either the most courageous man I've ever met or the biggest idiot on the planet. No offense, Erik.
Well, I think he posed a question. I don't think you called him. You should probably run to your car after anyways, just to be sure.
Just to be safe.
You know, but these two guys in the ring, I mean, they have history because if you look at it, once upon a time, you know, Appollo held the New Era Pro Wrestling title, and then Erik Surge got it. He held it for over 400 days. How long, though, do the other two kind of stay on the outside, kind of bide their time? Because you know that they're each an opportunist in different ways. And, of course, Mr. Taylor, probably chief amongst that group, he may be the guy of these four who's worked the most multiple man matches because he had a four-way last year in this venue and then the next month had a three. So he's used to the setup of this, but I don't know if he's used to the powerhouse and the technician of the two gentlemen in the ring.
I guess time will tell, but Erik Surge right now wasn't terribly affected by that waist lock applied by Appollo, was able to get out of it, and he's still going in for some more.
I'm not quite sure what Mitchell Taylor was doing on the outside. The referee asked for a clean break between the two combatants in the ring, and he put his hands up. Just wanted to make sure that nobody thought he was doing anything dirty, I guess.
Well, knowing Mitchell Taylor, for all we know, he could have secretly snuck poison inside of the pre-workout for
very
both
possible.
of the competitors or something.
Take this, though. Erik Surge, trained by Congo Kong, 30 years old, 3-year veteran. Just put this into perspective. Apollo Starr has been wrestling since Erik Surge was 8 years old. And what I'm saying is imagine the things that Appollo has seen and done up and down the road. He knows every single way. He's been in the ring with monsters. He's been in the ring with Congo Kong. So he's not afraid, and you know, whether it's a cravat, whether it's a suplex, whether it's a kick to the face, Apollo's got that little bit of a background that knows everything. But here's the problem. He's not 6'4", and he's not 297.
And he's not Mitchell Taylor or Alex Lynch.
Just waiting to pick their spots. And Mitchell Taylor and Appollo have got history as well. But Appollo, I mean, Respect champion for more than 500 days. Beat Jack Longboard at War 20. That hellacious 2 out of 3 falls match. He wants that championship back. He said, you know, I don't really feel like I lost it. I just kind of feel like somebody else has been holding it for me for a little bit.
Indeed, and also our other pairing off here, Erik Surge and Alex Lynch have a little bit of a history here at War as well, because, oh my lord! That's a little bit of a blast from the past from when Erik Surge actually came in as the replacement tag partner for Appollo to take on the Wicked earlier this year. So Erik has his fair share of experience facing off against the likes of the Lycan and with teaming with the likes of Appollo. He knows how the people in this ring work. The only person he really hasn't had as much experience with is Mitchell Taylor.
Yeah, that hellacious 6-man tag with Will the Thrill as the partner. And, you know, remember, that was the whole thing. You know, Appollo kind of vouched. Hello, Lima Police Department. I would like to report a felony.
Yeah, I think I just heard a shotgun blast.
But he vouched. No, it's now a chop-off. Be very, very quiet.
Now, I can't see it from this angle, but I'm going to take a strong guess that Alex Lynch's chest is as red as a tomato.
I think Mitchell Taylor's is about to be.
Taylor's is starting to look as red as a singlet.
I gotta be honest with you, I think Apollo Starr is just toying essentially with Alex Lynch, because remember, Alex Lynch jumped him last month and injured him.
I did. Oh!
Hello, London Police Department. I would like to upgrade that felony.
Now, I know. I know we are supposed to be nonpartisan here and unbiased. However, there's just a little bit of joy. A little bit of joy that comes out of seeing Alex Lynch get.
You know who's not thrilled with it?
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah.
She had better just stay back. So Apollo.
Oh. Mitchell Taylor from behind. It's all legal here in a four-way, but.
And that's kind of that thing. We saw a little bit earlier about Erik Surge coming out of OVW, obviously being down there and getting great training coming back here. Lima, Ohio's own Al Snow, War Wrestling Hall of Famer, and kind of one of the godfathers of wrestling here in Lima. You get around that mind, I mean, you learn some things whether you want to or not, but coming up here and dispensing a little bit of violence, and this is not going to go well for anybody, I don't think.
I think it's time that we craft a royal size sandwich.
He was trying to drop the bomb on Alex Lynch.
And hey, this is what I talked about earlier. I knew that one of those two men were going to start targeting them ribs. It was Lynch who got there first.
It's honestly surprising that it took that long.
As Alex pressing all his weight with that 1 foot there into the midsection.
Just stomping away. Former OVW United States Heavyweight Champion, former World Wrestling Champion. Again, the 12th man to hold the Respect title. 4th man to hold the World Wrestling Championship in Apollo Starr, but
I think Lynch just made Erik mad.
This is usually how do you get out of a guy choking you? You just throw him in the eye.
That'll make him let go, that's for sure.
Stepped on his digits.
The man's already got beaten up ribs. You're gonna break his fingers too?
It's like he owed him some money. There's a kick to the ribs. But at what point, again, I brought this up a couple times, but it's going to happen. At what point do both Lynch and Taylor feel that they have done enough to get rid of the other two guys in this match, and then one turns on the other?
Well, I think that point will be determined by our two accompanying women on the outside, because the second that they want to start getting involved in this chaos as well, you know that this is going to turn all hell broken loose.
Lynch, the former power lifter, just a lot of heavy kicks. And again, I hate to say this, but it's kind of a diabolical move on Taylor's part, because he knew he wasn't going to be able to inflict the same amount of punishment as the guy in the corner on him, but he just kind of took a different way to get there.
Apollo now. This is some months built up of aggression.
He's going to knock the light tower down.
Oh, the full body weight, meanwhile, pressed onto the back ribs and spinal column of Erik Surge.
And it's not exactly like Mitchell Taylor is a small human being.
Yeah, that man is easily around 230, 240 pounds.
Beat Party Mike the last time he was here in War was at Bell Center Brawl in July. It's a heck of a month for him too, because you look at him and he's not kind of as big as the other guys, but this is a guy that just took on Dan the Beast Severn in a cage match this summer. You don't do that unless you can go.
Absolutely not. Somehow, Surge is finding a way to try and fight his back
Well, he
into
was.
this, but yeah, it was.
Lynch was over in the corner and saw Appollo come and said, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that.
Lynch
Handful of
once
these-
again sending Appollo, trying to send him to the outside. Unsuccessful in this attempt.
Handful of these guys have wins over one another. Lynch, through dubious means, ended up in the record book beating Appollo Starr. There's a lot of things that went into that. Surge is just, he's kind of been cut down and neutralized in the corner. Oh, surely he's not going to be able to get that guy up. That's 300 pounds.
300 pounds of pure man meat.
Mitchell Taylor
And-
just watching along of, excuse me, sir, do you need some help?
I don't think he wants help. I think he wants to show him how it's done.
Oh, no. There's no way if Lynch couldn't do it. Oh, Jexy again.
I told you. I told you it happened. Surge, though. Oh.
She said, I'm pretty tired of Appollo Starr.
Now here's the double team. Will they be able
It's a
to send Erik
300-pound
Surge
man.
over?
Down
Yes,
he goes. Here you go. Lynch just watching, realizing, hey, no, that's not yours. Remember, the winner of this matchup will take on Brandon Fields next month. The winner of that matchup will be the #1 contender to the Respect title. Apollo says, that's me.
Speaking of the Respect title, folks, later on tonight you will see it be defended. Ryan Michaels had offered an open challenge and it was answered by OVW's own shotgun Tony Gunn. You will see that match here later tonight. You will not want to miss it. And we will see, there is a possibility that Tony Gunn could be looking at one of these four men if he wins the title tonight.
Hey, just chop something off. I think chop the tape off of Lynch. Again, here's Appollo now rolling. Surge stuck in the corner, just kind of trying to find himself. Lumbers back out and he goes right after Appollo.
I mean, it
fist
was
to the back
bound
of
to
the
happen
head.
at some point.
So bars the question. Now Appollo just sort of looking up of, hey, wait a second. Beautiful move.
Alliances can only last for so long. We have to have a winner here tonight.
Oh, Lynch with a massive spear.
Right there into the ribs of Surge. Oh, but he's caught by Appollo.
That's how he beat Appollo. Appollo with a set of chops, and here comes Mr. Mo Better Wrestling.
I would like to say that the earlier question that we posed, the best dancer in Lima is Appollo.
Saw Appollo dancing a Thriller earlier. Now a side suplex, no. First time it did not work. Appollo on wobbly legs, able to fight back. There you go, take the big man's knees out. It's a game plan for Appollo usually, resulting in kick to the back of the head.
And Surge, like a tree falling in a forest. Is this going to be it?
Rolls him over. 1, 2, and Jexy.
Jexy Black being a deciding factor once again. Appollo, oh boy, he's going to get her hands on her, but Alex slugs to the back.
Mitchell Taylor's, he's not going to steal this one, is he? 1, 2, 3, no!
And he had just been down laying there for a bit too long. Erik got just enough wind back in him to get out, but there we see a pair of brass knuckles now by Mitchell Taylor.
Which are perfectly legal.
There's nothing Barney can do to stop him from using them.
And he's just staring. Mitchell's feeling pretty good about himself right now.
Surge, I don't think he knows where he
It's a
is.
swing and a miss. And a sky high down. Goes Mitchell Taylor. 1, 2, 3.
Erik Surge now officially will be facing Brandon Fields to determine the true #1 contender.
For the World Respect Championship, the Ball, Erik Surge.
So Taylor gets an opportunity to be the #1 contender. That's pretty much how you knew that match was going to go. Guys were going to brutalize one another, and then eventually at some point it was going to have to break down, but a missed timing on a couple of different fronts for Taylor, and Erik Surge capitalized.
Appollo now getting back into the ring. He looks a little bit miffed, and I totally understand with what had gone on, but there we see the head nod, a sign of respect to two very good sportsmen, and a raise of the hand for good measure.
A ton yet to come up in this show, but a terrific win for Erik Surge. Championships on the line, oh my, we still have 4 huge matches coming up. A night of big matches here at War Wrestling, and a former War Wrestling Women's Champion in Shawna Reed. Shawna's had an interesting go of it, really, Bryce, the last handful of months. Wasn't here after losing the War Wrestling Women's Championship, and you see in the corner there, Jimmy Shane is apparently in the building despite the fact that he's been suspended. He said, I bought a ticket, and then he said a bunch of other things that I cannot repeat.
Yeah, he after his assault on the Commissioner River Blackheart, he was indefinitely suspended from our proceedings, but that's besides the point. Shawna Reed here, returning back, not accompanied by any of the other members of the crew, I should mention. Of course, Jimmy's suspension means he's on the outside. Tommy Hamilton is currently spending a night in county jail. We'll have more on that later. And then Gino and Jake Ely are currently preparing their own machinations in the background. So Shawna's going to be going into this all on her own.
Sort of. I don't know that it's going to stay that way. But Sierra on her way out, the new young lady here tonight. And I don't mean to be a broken record, but big opportunities this month here at War Wrestling as we reset from the anniversary show in March. And you get yourself seen. And Sierra's got a huge opportunity against one of the best that we've had in the last 5 years in Shawna Reed, the War Wrestling Women's Division.
Absolutely. You got to think if she is able to defeat Shawna here tonight, then that is going to put her in a very high position standing with management when it comes to being in line for the War Women's Championship. But hey, in order to do that, you got to beat one of the best women competitors we've ever had in war. So you are in for a tall task on your debut here, Sierra.
I'm not quite sure. Shawna Reed, you see, just waiting to pounce. And she does immediately. Doesn't even let Sierra get in the ring. Just immediately just pouncing.
Happy birthday, Kopez. He gets the referee, Shawna Reed, going ballistic.
Hey, that was a nice moment. Everybody's saying happy birthday for Joe. It's not allowed to put a lot of candles on his cake.
Sierra didn't even get a chance to take off her ring jacket before Shawna began her attack.
Yeah, Sierra out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Again, the first time that we get to see her, the 10-year pro. Says that this will be a new era in War Wrestling. It'll be the era of Sierra.
A little bit
now
of
it is an era of Shawna Reed, just kind of continuing.
Oh, both women were able to stop themselves. Oh, but not able to stop the kinetic energy from going straight into the pole. And now Sierra turning the tides here.
Yeah, the unstoppable object. It does not move. So Sierra trying to get back in there and outsmarted Shawna Reed. There's a good chance, by the way, that if you have turned on your TV or any kind of televised wrestling, you've probably gotten a glimpse of Sierra. AAW, great promotion run by Dana Daniels in Chicago, the former king of Lima. Right now, Sierra looking for this as a quick moment. AEW, TNA, NWA, and of course, Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Yep, she's been all over the place, that's for certain. And here she is ingratiating herself to the fans in Lima, Ohio. But Shawna Reed, she doesn't care about where you've been and who you are. She's just going to do one thing. That's a win.
Shawna Reed, of course, has been all over the world.
Yeah, she has. She has also done. She's also done matches in both AEW and WWE in her own time.
Shawna Reed feeling pretty confident now, telling Sierra exactly what she's going to do to her, but it didn't work out. Sierra, full head of steam, bam, drop kick right to the side of the head. 1, 2. Joe says 2. I don't think Sierra agreed with him. Sierra with a huge back elbow. Same trick we saw earlier from the champion.
Sierra must have been watching the tape from earlier from upstairs.
Sierra now. Oh, tough landing.
Shawna's very, very familiar with maneuvers like that, having her series with Paris McQueen, so.
Knees to the face, and the only person in the building who seems to be happy right now would be Jimmy Shane.
Yeah, have you heard that singular woo in the background? That, of course, was Mr. Noah Shane himself.
I don't know if he's on TikTok or what's going on down there. Seems
right
very
now,
happy.
Shawna Reed arguing with referee Joe Lopez. It's now.
I'll be honest with you, I think Jimmy might be down there doing commentary on the match by himself.
Well, we can't concern ourselves with that because Shawna Reed taking out the lungs there of Sierra, looking to inflict some more punishment. Leg drop there on the second row. That's, I can only imagine how. I'm surprised that Sierra's not grasping at her throat after that. That is enough to take the win right out of you. And now Shawna busting out a submission here that I can't say I don't think I've ever seen, Michael.
No, that is definitely a version you don't see ever. And, you know, the hard thing about this, there it is. 1, 2, and the hard thing about that ring positioning for Shawna is the fact that she has to make sure her own shoulders don't go down.
But she was able to power her opponent there over into a pin attempt. Wasn't enough to get a 3, but this is just showing that Shawna Reed, I think, has, since we've last seen her, she's gone and dug further into her training. She's learned some new moves.
Might be something
here to show that she's better than ever.
Might be something out of the Dustin Rhodes playbook.
Yep. There's one thing that man always preaches, it's keep stepping, and she's going to make sure that you stop stepping.
Keep stepping on everybody else's face. Sierra thought she had a run going on there, but still, look at that. The air on the crossbody. Just a 2.
Sierra now, fireman's carry. Oh, looks like we were almost going for a Samoa drop there, but just
a sit-down spine buster. Stacks her up, and still only a 2 count.
Sierra managing to have just enough power within herself to be able to kick out of that one. But Shawna Reed now getting really frustrated with Lopez, saying that should have been 3, but she's now going to proceed to continue to choke out Sierra even more as she jaw-jacked Lopez.
Reason why she's won World Wrestling Women's Championship on 2 different occasions. And, you know, think about who Shawna won it from. First time around, she beat Harley Fairfax. Second time around, she beat the Hall of Famer in Hardcore Heather Owens. Those are just fights. That's what she's trying to bring to the table every single night here in War.
Well, Sierra right now is putting a very impressive showing against her, managing to fight back what Shawna's throwing at her, but there's not much fighting back when you got a boot to the head.
Long legs and a boot to the face now. Looking for a tarantula. Shawna in the ropes and leverage. She's got 5 seconds, but right now, 5 seconds of pain for Sierra.
Those 5 seconds might be all Shawna needs to have done just enough damage to end this soon.
Sierra's been on a winning streak all around the Midwest where she's been recently, but right now she's going to have to find a different kind of streak because Shawna Reed, there it is on the reversal. Shawna was in control. Sierra trying to fight back and hide. That high elbow to the face. Beautiful
Sierra
back
busting
suplex.
out all the suplexes that she has.
Sierra now on the run. All that glitters is gold, and right now she might be putting in work to get herself a shot at War Wrestling's gold. Now forehead Steven again. There's the double knees. Shawna might be out. Sierra going for the cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. No. 2 and a peanut butter sandwich, I think, there from Joe.
Yep, still not enough to put the former champ away. Sierra, though, you hear the crowd cheering her on now.
So a handful of big matches we've already had throughout the night, but a couple of surprises. Shawna trying to do just that. 1, 2. Couldn't get to 3. Shawna now with a full head of steam. Look at spear. Jimmy just jumped out of his chair. Unfortunately for Jimmy, he drew the eye line at Joe Kopaz, and Shawna's got this match won.
Yeah, that would have been a 3 count had Kopaz been paying attention, but Jimmy Shane accidentally costing his crew member.
No, she's got to be upset. Sierra hooks and tights with a roll-up. 1 and 2 and 3, and she's still one.
Oh my gosh! And
What do you got to say on your live stream now, Jimmy Shane?
both Shawna Reed and Jimmy Shane both look astounded at what just happened. I mean, this is what you get for having caused the distraction, dude. Now, here's the thing.
So
You
potential.
gotta give Shawna Reed props here. She put in a ton of work in that match, and on multiple occasions it looked like she had it. But it was just that one moment, that one opportunity that Sierra needed to be able to get the victory here tonight on her debut.
And again, there's no way that Jimmy can even come console her because Shawna.
I think she's going to go
hump and
have
puff.
some words with him.
Jimmy's just a spectator tonight. Shawna had some very pointed words for Jimmy Shane, but record book's going to say here at Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Sierra with her debut win.
And there might be some trouble in paradise too.
War Wrestling Tag Team Championships on the line now, defended under the Freebird rule or the Krue rule, if you will. This is a little bit of something different because you see one half of the, I guess, actual in-name Tag Team Champions in Gino Capo. Tommy Hamilton was a little too brutal this weekend. He's spending some time behind some iron bars with some new friends. So his replacement, a young man who has been on a roll in 2025 in War Wrestling, the Thunderbird and Jake Ely. And a little bit something special about tonight, Bryce.
Yeah, we do know something special. In the almost 10 years that these guys have known each other, this is going to be the very first time that Gino and Jake Ely have ever teamed together, just together in one-on-one, or one-and-one?
Knowing the way this will work out, could be 1 and 1 and 1.
Yeah, they've teamed together in multi-man matches with multiple other partners, but this is the first time that the Thunderbird and Gino DiCapo have ever been a single solitary unit.
It really doesn't matter which version of the Krue that you put together, but you know, we might be seeing the Krue come apart at the seams a little bit because again, with Tommy being indisposed, incarcerated, you've got Jimmy, he just kind of directly cost Shawna Reed her match. Now these two guys as a completely new unit. What becomes of the Krue? I mean, they run roughshod over this promotion, but tonight it is quite literally put up or shut up.
Yeah, absolutely. Because here comes one half of the men that they took the titles from.
John Paul, who Cowpoke Paul, and it doesn't get more interesting and strange. Some would say it's a stranger thing to have these guys together. It is almost Halloween.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, with Gimmicks Inc, you never know what to expect. We've seen John Paul with Cowpoke Paul before. We've seen him with the Party Animal. We've seen him with Matt Taylor under a mask. We've seen him with, at this point, I've lost track of every single person John Paul has teamed with.
I really thought that we got John Paul to put the cigarettes away. I thought we had gotten through to him.
Well, one thing John Paul is trying to get through to referee George here is his immaculate sense of style.
Remember, though, he did this to Peachy Rodriguez last month. Peachy wore the beret and the scarf for the entire match, but it appears we do not have a fashionista as our referee tonight.
I think George really wanted to wear the cowboy hat, but he couldn't commit it.
It would be a weird way to try to count. So this match, so much to get to. Cowpoke Paul starting off this match. Jake Ely, I'm not even quite sure what to say about that young man. Jimmy is causing a stir. I'm just not quite sure how he was allowed to even buy a ticket. I guess you gotta make money, but you just know something bad's gonna happen with him here.
Well, you said it yourself. I think it's a ticket.
So
All right, the
Gino,
bell is rung, and this tag team championship match is underway.
Gino's been one half of the tag team champions for 125 days now with Tommy Hamilton, a team that formed in 2022. And you know, we talked about how Jake Ely and Gino the Capo were teaming for the first time, but maybe more kind of behind the scenes inside baseball is that they actually had their first match against one another back 8.5 years ago.
Yeah, and ain't that something to think about?
Now, I guess they're reading the same book. Probably be a book on crime.
Well, Cowpoke Paul right now, not really caring about their history. He's caring about trying to win some gold, and he has Gino. Well, had Gino.
Gino just tossed him away like he was,
Yesterday's newspaper?
I was going to say a bag of garbage. Or a human being off a bridge. Wink, wink. I wasn't supposed to mention that. His lawyer, Foggy Nelson, told me not to.
Well, you know it's not that one because there wasn't a cinder block tied to his leg.
Yeah, there was that thing. It's Jake Ely on the outside, calls himself, I'm not even sure what to make of this, the king of the Thunderweights.
I'm not even going to try to unpack that one. I intentionally try to not. Even though we share the same birthday, I try not to delve too deep into the psyche of Jake Ely.
Ely, he can't hear mean things. People can't say mean things to him. He's a very sensitive boy.
They say words can't hurt you, but that's a lie, people. They can. Now, I will say,
they're chanting hummingbird.
He's at least bigger than a hummingbird. He's at least 10 times the size of one.
It's Cowpoke Paul, 5'9", 165, trained in 21. Counts EC3 amongst his trainers. Guys who can really show you some things. Former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Former TNA World Champion as well.
Of course, Cowpoke Paul, again, it's been all over the TV recently. Was on Ring of Honor a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Was on AEW Collision 2 weeks ago. Oh, and he's got a power advantage. Break his fingers.
Oh!
Just grinding his fingers into a pulp.
And now tagging in John Paul.
So the Pauls, they're the best Pauls in Ohio.
Yeah, undisputably. The other
look at
ones that you're
this.
thinking of can go suck some eggs.
A massive leg drop. The one mime salute, only with a 2 count.
All right, well, I know we announced this match as it being ruled under the Freebird rule, but really I think we should consider renaming this to the Thunderbird rule, because Jake Gilley's now tagged in the match.
John Paul with a long history with these guys. He talked about how he wanted this match payback for what the Krue did to his father last month. And of course that gentleman, the chairman of the board, Ripper Blackheart, not here tonight. He's feeling some sort of way.
I mean, Jake Gilley has been on the ride of his life, so to speak, ever since he won that Battle Royal that allows him to have a championship match of his choosing when he pleases. I should specify, this match is not that match. He is just standing in as a defense for the tag team championships. He still has that match whenever he so chooses.
He's looking for a test of strength. I don't know, man. Lifting those cigarettes and those bottles of wine has made John Paul into a lean, mean fighting machine. Push-ups always help, though.
John Paul doesn't seem to care.
You know, he's got to fight his way out of those boxes. That's not easy to do. You put that mime in a box, he's going to work hard.
He'll find his way out of that box like you'll find your way out of a cornfield maze.
Look at that. Now he just leapfrogged him. What?
Anything you can do, I can make you do.
Oh, and a roll-up reversal. Still only a 2, and these two guys in the ring have history. Cowboy Paul and I just lost with the punches, but Cowboy Paul and John Paul lost last October to Jimmy Shane and Jake Ely in this building.
That they did, and John Paul is not wanting to repeat the wrongs of the past.
And
what?
Oh my goodness!
Ah! I thought that was going to be the other way around.
It's like it's WrestleMania in Detroit all over again. That had to be the biggest slam ever.
Oh, world's strongest slam right there.
I don't know if they have a seismic detector in Lima, Ohio, but I bet it just went through the roof.
I felt the ground shake.
Look at Jake Ely. Maybe he should have used a little bit more power. So now John Paul shot off the ropes. Gino waits for him. Made a mistake and again a leapfrog. Didn't see the tag, and Gino scrambling back, drop kick city.
Cowpoke Paul like a house of fire right now.
It's like he hit him with the whole field.
Spinning Gino around and around.
Gino's gonna be dizzy.
I
don't.
That doesn't count.
He tried to make a tag and then he got tagged.
Take 2 of what we saw earlier.
You know, if he believes in his own corner, that he is in his own corner, then he was probably really surprised that his partner was punching him in the face.
Maybe this will lead to more tension in the Krue. Who knows?
I'm willing to bet that's not the first person that's wanted to punch Gino in the face today. I know at least 2 others. Cowpoke
Gino
Paul
stumbling his way towards Jimmy Shane. Cowpoke Paul throwing Jake Ely into the ring post.
Cowpoke Paul trying to make Jimmy Shane break the barrier and come in, but security's having none of it. Called out. Oh, up to the top, and he paid for it.
Gino seems to have got his wherewithal back.
I think Gino doesn't know how to spell wherewithal.
And he spelled it in Italian.
Right now, chow! A massive slam. Cowpoke Paul down 1, 2! Able to power his way out. Get me, look at Paul. Just at a 6-man tag. I thought, you know, he was going to be able to pull it out. The 6-man tag that he was on in AEW. took on Dalton Castle, and of course the Outrunners.
Some men that are very similarly sized to Junior DeCapo.
Similar violence streak. Guess I would put Dalton Castle and Jake Ely in the same category.
Oh, Lord. I don't think this building could handle that.
I don't think that's the category I want to be near. So look at
Beale
Ely,
now.
though. The Thunderweight doing his job. Huge slam. 1, 2, hook both ways.
Not enough. John Paul almost waiting to break up the tag. Cowpoke kicked out just in the nick of time.
By the way, if you have not seen our last show, Don't Trust Anyone, you really have to go and you have to find the backstage promo that John Paul cut. It is quite possibly one of the most explicit and violent promos that World Wrestling has ever done. You can't say the things that he was saying that apparently only Will the Thrill really understood.
I had to plug my ears for it. I couldn't believe it. You couldn't hear anything, not because of him being a mime, but because we had to censor a little bit.
I had to turn the closed captioning off. It was in French. It was really weird.
McQueen had to give us a call.
The Thunderbird now fighting himself back. You can see in control, at least right now, but John Paul, he was firing up.
Gino taking the reins off of Jake Ely's hands here, so to speak.
Ref was trying to get control. It did not work. See, the smarts of Cowpoke Paul.
Not falling for the same trick twice, that's for sure.
How are you doing?
That'll make Jake Ely scream like a hummingbird, that's for sure.
Cowpoke Paul up top. What a dive.
Gino is toppled over.
Yes.
Cowpoke.
Like a stage dive right into the pasture that is Gino DeCapo. Oh, the tag, and here comes the Master Mime. He's got one loaded, and down it goes.
Oh, he's saying, come at me.
A wicked spin on that clothesline. 1, 2, and Gino broke it up.
John Paul crumpled into a ball right now.
Getting those ham hocks from Gino, just punching him in the back of the head.
Oh, there we see the low bridge.
We're gonna see what it looks like when a cowpoke flies. Here he goes!
And John Paul from behind.
Jake Ely with the quick switch. A little bit of what you can do, I can do, an Ely. Oh! But Matt, wait a second.
That's
again?
Delivery Inc. coming out here after John Paul caused his disqualification earlier. Wait.
And the security.
Over in the corner. The security distracted Jimmy Shane's now in the ringside area.
Damn it, not like this. The Mime 1-9 to the face of Jake Ely. But Jimmy Shane in the ring. And he just cut the Mime in half.
Caught him midair, black hole slam almost. And John Paul is down. Ely now elbow drop.
Elbow drop to the heart. 1, 2, 3. You count to 1,000,000. So the first time ever that Jake Ely and Gino DeCapo team together, they remain World Wrestling Tag Team Champions under the Krue banner. There is going to be a violent ending, methinks, to Delivery Inc. and whatever this is going on between them and Gimmicks Inc.
Well, however it may go, whichever corporation comes out on top, it will surely lead to a detriment of everyone else. Folks, stay with us because we have some title action coming at you.
He's the Arkansas Roughneck Shotgun Tony Gunn.
One of the biggest additions the last handful of years to Ohio Valley Wrestling down there in Louisville. This young man is Shotgun Tony Gunn. He is the answer to the open challenge for the World Respect Championship from Ryan Michaels, the current defending and reigning champion. And I tell you what, Michaels said, "Give me the best you can find, War Wrestling." It was answered, and boy, oh boy, is he in for a showdown at the OK Corral tonight.
That he is. Tony Gunn, a multi-time champion everywhere he's gone, especially in OVW. He is a very, I don't know if you want to say well-respected, but very dangerous man. He doesn't call himself Shotgun Tony Gunn for nothing. He's going to take you out like you're going to get put at the end of the barrel.
Aptly calls his finishing move the kill shots, and you'll see exactly why. He is Mr. Click Click Boom, because if he gets on a roll, boy, does the Respect title scene change. But a little bit of Arkansas on Canada violence tonight. The World Wrestling Respect champion on his way, won it from Brandon Fields, the 12th ever Respect champion in Ryan Michaels, and there's a 50-50 chance that if he is able to hold on after what we saw tonight with Erik Surge winning, he could be facing Brandon Fields again for that championship here in War in the future.
He could be, but we've seen Ryan Michaels go through hell and high water in these title defenses. Take your mind back, especially to the War Anniversary event, where in that hellacious ladder match, he managed to survive Jacob Rose and Orlando Christopher, climb to the top, and retain his title. That's just putting aside all the other matches that he's had in his tenure here at War. This man has been through every battle or type of battle that you could throw at him. But I don't know if he's ever faced someone who is as traveled in this area as Tony Gunn.
You know, the only guy that I think of it in kind of that big rivalry for him, you talk about Jacob Rose. Obviously, Jacob was busted open last month. He said, "Don't think I forgot about you. I will eventually be back, Ryan Michaels. Our chapters are not done yet. I'm still writing that book." But think about the Hall of Famer, the Triple Crown champion, and Orlando Christopher, their battles, not only that ladder match, but kind of the series that they had of one-upsmanship. He's the only guy who would think kind of you put in that same category with Tony Gunn of he's been around, he knows a few things, but I mean, Tony Gunn, 19-year veteran, Ohio Valley Wrestling Triple Crown champion. He's won every belt that they had. 4 times he won the heavyweight title. 3 times he's been a Southern Tag Champ, the Media Champion in 2024. And oh yeah, he actually won 4 different titles because he won the Television Championship twice. So he knows all about big matches.
That he does. This might just be Michael's biggest test yet, and I can't really say I'm surprised. Having my family being from Little Rock, Arkansas, I can tell you that is the nicest welcome you'll get.
I was just thinking they're not big fans of Canadians in Arkansas.
No, they are not. To be fair,
Clearly.
most people in Arkansas are big fans of literally anyone.
That also is true. But the 5'11", 200-pounder out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, getting himself, an immediate dividend. What is he going to do here to Michaels? Nothing. He rolls through, and that's the veteranness of Michaels. And talk about big matches, and here comes the Respect champion on a heater.
Michael's just staring straight into the heart of Tony Gunn, making him step back a little.
Little smirk on his face. See, that's fine. You want to throw hands? We'll throw hands. Put them up. I got Jack Johnson and Tommy O'Leary waiting for you right here.
Here's the thing about Ryan Michaels, is that he can be any type of person you want him to be. He can be a powerhouse. He can be a technician. But if you're someone like Tony Gunn, who's a rough and tough brawler, he'll meet you like that. But right now, Tony Gunn taking that bit of taking that roughhouseness and getting caught for his trouble.
There you go, as if Michaels was trying to prove your point.
Yeah, he must have heard me.
Just a straight left to the temple. And another. Sir, can I please have no more?
The crowd are not biting to go along, not to wanting to cheer for Tony Gunn, especially when he's going against the likes of Ryan Michaels, someone that they have long come to respect, pun intended, as respect champion.
Now Gunn, who he can brawl straight right to his face. Said, I did not appreciate that left hand, sir. Here's a receipt for you with my right hand.
On the outside now, Michaels just looks like he's ready to hammer away here at Gunn.
Just in the corner, we might learn how to count to 10 tonight. One more? Oh, there it is.
We go.
Just enough for that Hart family snap on that last punch. Thought he was going to give it the Canadian way where there was an exchange rate. You're all going to get 9 of them.
The postage on it took a little while to get through. Tariffs.
So Manitoba is a long way from here. So I understand where Winnipeg is.
All right, Michaels was trying to go for the sharpshooter. Tony had it scouted, scammering his way to the bottom rope. Michaels forced to let go.
And you know, it almost seemed at the end of it, too, that he was more thinking, all right, fine, if I can't get both, maybe I'll just go to kind of an ankle lock. And Gunn was able to fight that off, too. Tell you what, we talk about the talent, obviously, here in War Wrestling, but we've seen OVW represented well tonight with Erik Surge and what he did in a match that had 3 other combatants in it, involved Apollo Starr, got the win. But every week on OVW, there's a new challenger and a new challenge, and we've had a lot of guys come through. I mean, like Erik Surge, now like Tony Gunn, answer this open challenge. And that's not to forget Jack Vaughn, Dalton McKenzie, guys who make their mark in Kentucky, in Ohio, and pretty much everywhere they go.
Yeah, Tony Gunn looking to show the people of Lima, Ohio here why he is someone to be feared, why he is someone who has every lay to claim on that Respect Championship. Michaels, though, trying to break hold of this grip, trying to free himself, using his free leg, kicking at the side of Tony, hoping that's going to be enough, and it is.
Michaels so smart. Oh, took a roughneck back elbow.
With a back elbow like that, there's a reason why you're from Arkansas and representing the Razorbacks by default.
Roughneck, one of only 9 men to win something that OVW calls the Nightmare Rumble. I can't imagine that's all sunshines, rainbows, and lollipops.
No, absolutely it is not. That type of matchup is filled with only the biggest and baddest that OVW has to offer.
How many times have you seen Ryan Michaels attempt to be suplexed and then just dropped?
I can't say I've seen it often, if ever.
I'm going to say 1. But Gunn just does not seem to have a long memory for when Michaels goes on offense of having to deal with it. He just goes right back, flips a switch, and goes back into violence mode.
Tony now just, ankle slam there. Michaels is clutching at his leg.
Now just mocking the crowd. He said, here's your hero. That, by the way, again, War Wrestling Respect Champion down on the mat. The open challenge answered by this gentleman who is just cured in violence tonight.
Gentleman is a loose term in this case.
He got quiet for a second, so I didn't want him to hear me say anything bad about him. So I had to make sure it was something nice. Michael says, go ahead, try it again.
I think he's gritting through out of pure frustration. Now he's getting fired up. Machine gun style chops of his own.
Straight right. Some chops and a punch to the face. Michaels now shot off into the corner. Gunn made a mistake, but Michaels couldn't put weight on that leg. There goes Gunn back to work again. It's like an assassin.
Tony Gunn now targeting the next best option that he can. That taped up shoulder of Michaels.
You know, as it stands right now, Michaels has to make it, not only through the end of this show, but through Thanksgiving. That massive knee to the face. That might have even been high on the top of the temple. 1-2. But Michaels has got to make it through this show and through Thanksgiving just to be able to potentially get to Surge or Fields.
And either of those men coming at you down the road, I don't care who you are, you don't want to face either of them. And if Tony Gunn wins here tonight, I sure as heck know he probably wouldn't want to face either of them either.
Michaels just spaghetti legged. He's able to make the most of it. Kick to the face. Good Lord. There it is.
Oh.
Got
not able to get
it.
a full effect of the Frankensteiner, so we just go into the clothesline, back elbow.
Now back in charge. Here it comes. Usually the setup. Side Russian leg sweep dropped him right on the back of his head.
Michaels, spite on wobbly legs. He's going for it. Backbreaker.
Might have hurt himself more than he hurt Tony Gunn. He's like a craftsman, just trying to punch his tools back to work. Knee, you will work for me.
It'll get there eventually, that's for sure.
Great counter by Tony Gunn. Now back to how he tried to open up the match. Michaels cut him off last time, but he flapjacked him. 1 and 2 and a new. No, not a new respect champion.
Explosive kick out there from Michaels. I mean, I'm surprised Michaels had that much energy left in him to kick out like that.
I think Tony Gunn is too. Michaels trying to fight himself back up to his feet. Fans trying to play along, but Tony Gunn now just in complete stalker mode.
Michaels saw it coming, spine buster!
They nearly pulled it off again. Where is Michaels getting this?
Ryan Michaels, he, not even able to get up to his feet properly, but he's going to do what he can. Oh, Michaels.
This might not be a great idea on his part. If he's going to where I think he is, up on that second rope. Look at him, he's just trying to drag his left leg up there with him.
I mean, you got to think, though, he doesn't really have any options left. He's not able to get around to the ring. He has to do it all right here. But he got caught. Gunn now.
A massive leg whip. Now a stretch muffler trying to get him to tap out.
Michaels.
This is where Michaels has to think about the betterment of his life.
Are we about to see a new respect champion? Michaels is not close to the ropes. He is not going to be able to get there. But he's trying. He's trying.
Fans are behind Michaels trying to help him out.
It's just fingertips away.
Dead center of the ring, and Michaels now.
Tried sitting back up, trying to lower the center of gravity. Gunn keeping Michaels trapped in the center.
He was going to try to pull that arm out, but not giving up, but trying to, I guess, redirect the pain.
Michaels just doing everything he can, but manages to turn it around. 1, 2.
And still, quick go behind. How Michaels is able to do this on one leg, I'll never know, but a flip. Michaels now straight down, pulls the shoulder. 1, 2, 3.
Ryan Michaels managing to stop the attempt of the pin, turn it into his own.
A successful defense, but the question becomes at what cost? Tony Gunn absolutely took Ryan Michaels to the limit, took him past it. Somehow Michaels, with that quick thinking, able to retain his World Wrestling Respect Championship. And again, next month, we find out who his #1 contender is.
That we do. I am utterly baffled by the fact that by the fact that Michaels is able to get out of this the way he is, as scathed as he is. Here's the thing we also got to consider, Michael. Yes, we're going to learn who his #1 contender for December will be. Well, what does November have? What is Thanksgiving going to give him? And what condition is he going to be in by then?
Michaels tried to show Tony Gunn a little bit of respect. Tony didn't seem to be having it. Two men that put on a terrific match. And the fans now showing their appreciation for both men.
Michaels wanting to give Gunn a round of applause, but
Michaels, ever the sportsman. Tony Gunn has, let's say, refused his handshake on 2 occasions now. It might appear that might be the case again. Michaels has said, hey, I got respect for you.
He said, I'm going to let you try one more time.
Oh, and he's still. Shotgun, not happy. On his way out, though, Ryan Michaels, still World Wrestling Respect champion.
Don't concern yourself with a sore loser. Instead, concern yourself with being champion.
Time here in October at World Wrestling. Blood, sweat, and tears coming down to quite literally that. Heavyweight Championship has had quite a bit of controversy over the last 6 months, and some of it has involved the folks on their way to the ring. So this is a one-on-one matchup that pinfalls, submissions, and disqualification. I feel like that is important to note with the large amount of beef that is coming to the ring with the challenger in Amos. So the Prophet of Pain, the Pop Master, weirdly, maybe one of the overall most intelligent people in World Wrestling, but he has kind of an odd way to go about it.
Yeah, Amos is known for being perhaps one of the most enigmatic members of the War roster, being one of the very few people able to control the likes of Cronus the Berserker we see on the outside. And correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, at least this is Amos' first time challenging for a singles title here at War, if not the first time in quite a while. He's concerned himself with mostly the tag team division alongside Kronos, but he's in for one of his biggest challenges tonight, and that man.
I would say that is true. And a gentleman who specializes in violence, and the War Wrestling champion in a whole lot of dude and Crash. Won that championship in this building in May because he was willing to go above and beyond the violence level of the Beast Man. I never thought I would say that sentence, but he took Beast Man out, and we haven't seen him since.
That we have not. Well, we saw him at the 4th of July having chased off Dexter Black. But since then, she has not mentioned hide nor hair of him. But right now, the Wicked are looking to bring back that title into their hands. Jexy hoping that the Pop Master, that the Prophet of Pain, will be able to get the job done.
Right on cue, prophesizing some pain is the challenger. He's not all there, but he gets it done. I mean, you're not tag team champ for 371 days by just showing up. I like the whole interaction there that Crash actually threw the jacket he was wearing at Jexy, and she had a bewildered face. But you know that she's got a plan tonight. She said, you know, I'm really tired of you, Crash. I'm tired of seeing your face. I'm tired of seeing you as a champion. You have my championship. She was very adamant with the words my championship. Crash, of course, responded a couple of days later on our social media channels, and I can't repeat exactly the verbiage that he used, but his question was, who keeps giving Jexy a microphone? And then opined, Jexy, could you please shut the expletive up? Hell, and a massive shoulder block. And there were quite a few people who agreed with this sentiment.
Well, right now, Crash is showing exactly what he was talking about there. He's looking to shut up Jexy Black as he's going now to chase after Amos on the outside.
Look at Kronos backing up. Said he's ready to fight. He was laughing a couple of minutes ago before this one got started. The last time we saw Kronos laughing. So he's got to be, Wicked have to have a plan. They have to be feeling some sort of way tonight.
You almost have to wonder, though, with the likes of Kronos being out here, is having him in the state as he is right now a good idea? Because, like you mentioned before, disqualifications are possible in this match. And if Kronos gets involved and is spotted, let's be real with ourselves here, then he could cost his tag partner here. But right now, he's staying a distance away as Crash making mincemeat out of the chest of Amos.
I just read Crash's lips and he said he hurt his hand. You have to hit a grown man pretty hard to hurt your own hand. Oh, you can just hear it. But Crash out there by himself. I don't think Joe's going to tolerate any kind of tomfoolery on his birthday.
No, he is certainly not.
There's quite a few folks here in the front row giving the Popmaster his comeuppance, but good Lord.
I think they heard that all the way in Cleveland.
That was a whole lot of dude and a whole lot of elbow to the face. You don't even think about it. You go back and you look, Crash, 9-year pro, trained by Sammy Callahan. If you're going to learn how to strike, you're probably going to get it from Sammy.
What in the world are we witnessing here?
Oh!
Amos made you to slip out the back just in the nick of time.
I think it might have been more luck than good. Now, I don't know what he's accomplishing here, but you get a good shot at it. Just trying to rip off Crash's arms like you would do to an insect or something. Leather, meat face.
Now, everyone, I do want to point out that while Amos has mostly been a tag team wrestler here during his tenure at War, he is also a very accomplished singles wrestler, having held singles championships in multiple promotions all across the state of Ohio. He has gone up and down the roads. He has made himself a name that is, I don't know whether to use feared or confusing or just a weird presence anywhere he's gone.
Yes.
And it's all led to his continued success.
Amos, the loyal subject. How Jexy views her army. Says they're pretty much interchangeable. Seems to be what I take away from how she has been. And again, you go back and you look at the promos. I mean, she's been mad at all of these guys. She's been mad at Alex Lynch. She won't even say Beastman's name anymore because he cost her what she believes to be her World Wrestling Championship.
Yeah, Jexy seems to be a practitioner of tough love, you could say. If that. Amos now putting both feet there into the shoulders to Crash, pressing down.
Just enjoying it. Oh, and there's Jexy.
Jexy, of course, coming with a quick choke there in the ropes, a slap under the spinal column.
Crash champion for 126 days now. The question is, what does day 127 look like? Are you champion on day 127? Amos trying to say, no, that's going to be mine.
Can exactly you imagine what the world would look like if War became under the control of Amos?
It would be a completely different era than we are currently under.
This would be a land of disturbia. That's what it would be.
Crash trying to fight himself back up to his feet. Kronos trying to tell the crowd to be quiet. If I was in the front row, I'd probably listen to him.
Well, there's all they can only get to so many people.
You say that, he'd probably take that as a challenge. At the tie, you feel like maybe he'd be pretty chill, but that hood comes off, he just gave up. He's trying not to eat the girls in the front row.
Wow, he just gave a small child a high five.
I am shocked at that, but meanwhile, it's the whole lot of dude and the whole lot of champion being just dissected and picked apart right now. Amos says, I'm going to break his arm. Champion said, I don't think you are. And he tried to clothesline with the same arm. But, you know, credit to Amos because he realizes that a lot of that offense that comes from Crash, that heavy-duty offense from a southpaw view, that he's able to kind of protect himself, insulate himself by taking that right-handed stance.
Amos, though, also recognizing the power that comes behind Crash is also based around his build, his very lower center of gravity. We saw when he drag crashed him over, he was able to turn that back around. Amos is starting to recognize as this match is going on where he's able to target Crash to keep him off his feet. That's when Amos has been at his most productive here in this match. And right now, as Crash is stuck on the floor, it's working.
Crash, the former power lifter and football player in his background, has been at this with the Wicked for a year and a half now. He's gone through pretty much every iteration of the Wicked, and you know, Amos, he feels like he's okay winning this match with a countout, but I don't think anybody's understanding on his end that, because there was not really even kind of a conversation between he and Jexy of you cannot win the championship on a countout.
Well, I think when you have the likes of Joe Kopaz staring you down, Jexy and Kronos might have been a little afraid to, in such clear view, go and try and get Crash back in there. Here's the weird thing about Amos, is that he, like other members of the Wicked that we've seen over the past months, he likes getting results, but he likes inflicting pain more. He is all about trying to do as much damage to his opponent as he can. Break them down bit by bit so he can torture them.
Oh, it was a headbutt? Look at the lights. Look at the pretty lights.
Amos is somehow, well,
you think he was seeing the little cartoon birdies?
I did. The stars were glittering in the sky.
Joe's been at this for 35 years. We figured out earlier, probably 3,000 plus matches. He's seen a lot of things, but I don't know that there are probably many times, and I know he's done a ton of his matches, but that he's seen something as the dichotomy between the two, the champion and challenger of Crash and Amos.
It's a very rare sight, that's for sure, for anybody to see.
Oh, he's crashing up.
Getting up, stopping the count. Amos now the first to seemingly get to his feet.
That didn't work. It's like going next door and punching a brick wall. The problem is sometimes the bricks punch back.
Crash is just taking each one of these punches. Oh! Stunning round kick, but it wasn't enough to take Crash off his feet.
Just angered him. He just ragdolled him. Down goes the challenger.
Crash now looking to take off the head of Amos here. And the
Remember that
straps are
time
coming down.
that Amos went splat? There it goes. Crash up on the shoulders. Down. That's it. We're done here.
One, two,
three. Oh!
No! How? How in the world did Amos kick out of that?
2.975. Name a random number that's less than 3. Now, an angry World Wrestling Champion.
Crash is looking to put Amos away for good now.
Trying for that side suplex, but Amos able to fight it off.
Trying to release himself from the grip of the champion.
We've seen this time and time again tonight. It's not fancy, but just continuing to punch your opponent in the head. Oh, beautiful. Amos got the best of it. He might be the new champion. 1, 2. But we've seen it all night long. It's not fancy. It doesn't have to be 9,000 moves. Just continue to punch your opponent in his head.
You just have to take those opportunities, and Amos almost just got the victory off of that. Like you said, we've seen it a ton tonight. A lot of our contests have just been one moment. One moment is able to turn the tide in your favor. While Amos wasn't able to get a pin, he is now in the position that he could turn this around, but Crash saying not today.
Massive throw. 1, 2, 3. That'll do it. Still World Wrestling Tag or Heavyweight Champion in a Crash. He's taking on a tag team.
Oh, but here comes the Grey Wolves of the Wicked now.
The Wicked. Taking on 2 different tag teams.
Why am I not surprised?
This is now evening up.
Will the Thrill, Apollo, Starr.
We saw each of these men earlier on battling the guys that they are currently taking on, but things evening up, but still Crash on the bottom of an entire gang of goons.
Crash being choked out by Kronos as the Grey Wolves and Amos are turning.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
What is?
Oh no!
Wait a second.
Oh no!
This cannot be happening.
Apollo,
look at everybody standing around. Just crashed flat on his back, and oh my God!
The Beast Man's back.
The former World Wrestling Heavyweight Champion back in Lima, Ohio. Things just went from bad to worse for Crash.
Crash is out on the floor. Will and Apollo are trapped in the corner. The Wicked here in full force.
It's about 12 on 4 right now. Beastman taking his time. Just stalking. Crash can't even get to his feet right now. The Wicked on one side, Apollo and Will trying to defend the World Wrestling Champion, and Beastman now looking at his army. And a hug from Amos because of course.
Beastman looks happy to have some friends again.
Beastman says, I don't need this bone. Wait a second!
What? What?
He just took out the former challenger.
Double super kick to Kronos.
What does this mean?
Black hole slam.
Cleanup on aisle 1. Alex, we got one for you too. Beastman drawing cheers here in World Wrestling.
The Beastman.
The Beastman cometh. Oh,
Jexy trying to get him under control, but
I don't know the Beastman will hit a woman, but I feel like in this situation he might make an example of me.
As the crowd cheers, we're planet hot.
Exception, and yes, he
Jexy's
did.
up.
Now the Wicked trying to save Jexy, but for how long?
The Grey Wolves pulling Jexy out of there like the Rat Pack. I cannot believe what I'm seeing, Michael.
The crowd is on their feet. Crash, Will, Apollo, and Beastman stand supreme here at Blood, Sweat, Tears. What is going on in World Wrestling? What does this mean?
I'll tell you this, what it means. It means things are gonna get a whole lot of chaotic, that's for sure.
November the 1st in this building, it'll be Fansgiving. Beastman has come to save the day. A terrific ending to a magnificent event here at War Wrestling.
Maybe we were speaking a little too soon.
And they said it would never happen, but Beastman
Crash trying to go for a hug.
Crash said, "Come to me, for I am the champion." Hugs and high fives for everyone. A high note. Crash still World Wrestling champion.
I just saw Will's light flash before my eyes.
That is what we have. You had better have enjoyed it. For Bryce T, I'm Michael McCormick. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow from all of us here at War Wrestling.
Still War Heavyweight Champion.
This has been Bryce T and Michael McCormick. Thank you all for joining us here, folks. Have a good evening and peace.